South Jackson Street between 11:30 and 1:30. Be open house, be some food, and you can come get the microphone and say whatever you want about me then. But I would like to thank you all for supporting the fire department throughout my career, being an instrumental part in the job that we do, supporting us, supporting emergency services across the board in Tullahoma. I'd like to thank our citizens for always supporting us, the phone calls, the food, the letters, the visits, the kids that they bring by. It's been a great time. It's not a job. I'm going to have to go out and get a job now. So my wife's trying to help me find one. So if y'all know any openings, I appreciate it. But thank you so much for this. Thank you for everybody that's helped along the way. Public Works, Police, Finance, Tom, Winston, everyone's been so great to work with. Rosemary and her group. Our attorney that's tried to keep me out of trouble. He's been busy, but he's done a good job. I appreciate him. But thank you. Thank you.
Chief, you'll be missed. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
And I do want to just reiterate the retirement meet and greet that will be down at the fire station on the July 23rd from 11 to 2. So don't miss the opportunity to go down and be an open mic and say a few more words about the chief. Again, congratulations on your retirement. Okay, at this time we will have comments from citizens. And as you come to make your comments, let me remind you that you will have 2 minutes. If you choose to go over your 2 minutes, you will need to get those granted to you from someone else. So if we will be running a timer, we'll try to keep things on schedule tonight. We want to hear from you, but be brief. And if anyone is here from the Chamber of Commerce and you're concerned about funding, I think your funding is going to be inversely proportional to the amount of time you take tonight. Who would care to go first?
As the leader, I will volunteer as tribute. Well, my name is Hope Sarton-Nunley, and I live at 100 Daffodil Drive. And as the Executive Director of the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce, I come before you tonight to simply remind you of the services we provide to the community. TACC is unified with the goals you have set for the City of Tullahoma, assisting in business recovery, welcoming new and returning families and businesses to Tullahoma, and supporting business development and recruitment. We feel we serve in each goal as a support arm of the city. The Chamber serves as both a welcome mat to newcomers and a tourism center for area visitors. Each year, our office staff distributes information to an average of 6,000 people seeking information about Tullahoma. We engage the community and tourists on our web platforms, including our website, social media, and weekly digital newsletters, reaching an audience of over 100,000 people annually. Recently, the state of Tennessee released a limited edition poster celebrating Tennessee's 225th year. The governor designated chambers of commerce as a distribution point for each community, increasing our foot traffic. Each year, the chamber hosts a variety of community events that attract over 16,000 people to our area, including our Women Impacting the Community, Taste of Tullahoma Business Expo, and the community-favorited Tullahoma Christmas Parade, just to name a few. We host a total of 30 events throughout the year, with only one being member exclusive. While we are a membership-based organization, we serve a much larger audience and are welcoming to current and future members. Many of the efforts we champion and lead at the Chamber have a direct impact on driving the economy of Tullahoma. Specific programs include our Shop Local initiative, ribbon cuttings, and a variety of networking events and opportunities throughout the year that allow business leaders a chance to make the most impact with their time, attending events with a crowd of people eager and ready to make connections. Like the other organizations that receive a portion of the hotel motel tax, we know the Tullahoma Chamber is vital to our community. We sincerely appreciate the continued support of the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Anyone else?
Tisha Fritz, 705 Bragg Circle. I will use my time to read the comments prepared by Beverly Lee.
Let me remind you that all of the aldermen have that printed in their packet tonight.
Thank you.
What's your last name, Tricia?
Fritz.
Thank you.
Tisha. Thank you. Dear Mayor Noes and City Council members, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for all the accomplishments, events, activities, training, and publications that are the work of the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce. The tireless work of the 2 staff person entity that is absolutely incredible. After spending months planning the sponsorship programs at the Chamber of Commerce and Dream Tullahoma in support of our active duty military guardsmen and veterans, as well as AEDC employees to honor their commitments to our community, the overwhelming response from the leaders at AEDC and the contractors to the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce has been overwhelmingly positive for community relations. Without a robust commitment to the only nonprofit entity conducting business retention programs, especially during COVID, training and marketing assistance to businesses and other area nonprofits, the City of Tullahoma's economic engine would have suffered. I've watched firsthand how the Executive Director has given valuable feedback to the Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation, not only at the monthly meetings, but on call, how she has played an instrumental part of the TVA Innovation Program meetings, streetscape meetings, transportation meetings, welcomed thousands of business leaders at events throughout the year, held hundreds of events and activities each year. Yes, hundreds of events, activities, and programs each and every year. With AEDC having its 70th anniversary throughout the year, the Chamber of Commerce has sponsored even more programs and more in store. As I look back and see the city and the TAEDC revamp their websites, one of the best websites for our outsiders and future businesses to get an accurate, visually exciting, and comprehensive information about Tullahoma has been the Chamber of Commerce website. And yet, they are striving to make it even better and have an RFP out to update and make their website, and the process is now underway. The Chamber has been a shining light in our community. I'm firmly against taking any funding away from the Chamber of Commerce request line item in the budget. They not only serve their members and local nonprofits, just like the Hands-On Science Center, the Tullahoma Art Center, and the South Jackson Street Civic Center, serve their members. They serve everyone in our community. Yes, everyone. They provide benefits no other entities do in this city and develop our future business leaders and a robust business network. I look forward to working with them in the future as the quality of their work is first rate and they are one of the most important pieces to our community's heart and soul. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Thank you. Well said. Let me go now to the reports from our Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Let's start with this side of the house tonight.
Okay. It's been busy, so bear with me, everyone.
Let me remind our aldermen that tonight we need to keep our comments regarding the agencies or committees that we're reporting on, that you're serving on, so appreciate that. Thank you.
School board meeting was the first one I'll like to go through really fast. One of the things I wanted to talk about, the main thing that I wanted to share is that my understanding is that today we'll be passing the school board's budget. One of the other things I want to share is that the Tullahoma City Schools Nutrition Department, since starting the summer feeding program, has fed over 25,000 meals to our community members, and I want to make sure that everyone knows that that is for any child up to age 18. So it is available to our community, and I know a lot of our community is taking advantage of it. The other thing I wanted to share is that the Planning Commission meeting, which we had, what was it, a week and a half ago or a week ago. There's quite a few things that are on this that are set for public hearing. One of the things that came up in the Planning Commission that's going to be on public hearing, I reached out to one of the community members to see about possibly helping with some signage on their street to help alleviate some of the traffic issues that they're having. So thank you to Butch and to Jordan for working with me on that to see if we can get that done for them to maybe help assuage their concerns around that. The Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, I've been working with Chief Williams. Thank you for helping me out a bit on that. We've kind of hit a snag at this point. We are having a difficult time getting any cases from our district attorney's office. So because of that, we'll be trying to work with our local law enforcement to see if they can provide us information. If not, we'll look at other counties who'll provide information, hopefully, to us. There was a COVID town hall, and I want to thank JP Kraft and Lyle Russell for helping us utilize the space. The city of Tullahoma helped sponsor it. It was for the Community Council for Diversity and Inclusion. And the reason why I do want to mention this here is that it was a fantastic event where four renowned professors and researchers and from Vanderbilt came down. One of them has over 9,900 citations regarding COVID. His name is Dr. David Aronoff. It's on Facebook. I encourage everyone to watch it. Good questions were asked. There was a panel of 6 people, and they were able to Q&A. I think we had about 30 people. Thank you, Alderman McKee, for coming. And it was fantastic information, explained how the vaccine, why it was able to get so into the community so fast. It talks about how the vaccine works. It addresses questions about sickle cell anemia. So I want to say it right now, even though it's not part of my thing from the city, thank you, because I want to thank you guys for doing that, and also because I think it's so important for our community to watch this. And then next up, I do have my coffee and conversations on July 6th at 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning, and I am looking forward to that. It will be at the Celtic Cup, so anybody who would like to come, they are welcome to come to that point and come chat with me if they have any questions. Also, congratulations to Big Watts for their grand reopening, and thank you for the $10 scratch-off that we all, without the scratch-offs. My kids are very happy, and congratulations, Chief. I won't be in town then, but I would love to be there. But congratulations, Chief Shasteen, and enjoy retirement.
Alderman Dunn.
Yes, sir. A couple of things happening. I just left to come over here from Mount Zion Baptist Church, where we had some young people looking at microbes under the microscope. So huge thank you to TVA for that grant, and a big thank you to Olga Oakley and Bill Boss with the Hands-On Science Center for helping with that. So the whole point of this was to get kids excited about our waterways and seeing all these tiny little ecologies and just these different things that are happening. So, and it was definitely what was happening whenever I left. So if you are wanting to get involved in that, CD Stamps, we are having the microbe show, I guess, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and also at D.W. Wilson on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And so if you'd like to go, that's open. It's the audience is intended to be 2nd to 7th graders, but kids younger or older. We definitely had some adults there. They're like, man, we need to do this for us too. Also, I've had lots of people asking about rain barrels. So Rain Barrel workshop is happening, Jefferson Street Park, 10 o'clock, July 17th. So there will be a limited number of rain barrels. So I'm going to give out tickets to the first people that I see there. So as soon as you get there, I'll find you and have a ticket. But even if you aren't able to get a ticket, I definitely, please stick around so you can kind of see why they're important. And again, this is through a grant with TVA, and a huge thank you to Josh McGuire at Coca-Cola for the barrels with that. And also, I attended the AEDC's 70th anniversary this weekend, and a huge thank you to the thousands of people who have made aerospace possible in this country, both military and non-military folks. It was just an incredible experience. So big thank you to the family at AEDC. And the last thing, I'm sure a lot of our members of our audience have seen that the Avoca Road, Riley Creek split has, there's a lot of really good things happening there, and it was really exciting to just drive down that just the other day and just see this very, very simple idea of repainting that. And I know they're not finished with it yet, I know, but that all started because there were folks in this community who were concerned about it. And so that happened with a petition. It happened with people coming here and giving public comment. So I definitely want to encourage people, if there's something that's going on in Tullahoma, come down here and talk with us. So that's how it all gets done. But thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Walker.
Okay. Before I forget, like I did a few weeks ago, I'm going to do my small business shout out first. This week's is Scavengers at 330 West Lincoln Street. The hunt stops here. They are showcased on several websites that do antiques. They are a premier consignment store of fine furniture and home decor with a twist. You will find modern, mid-century, Hollywood Regency, antiques, traditional, and much more. I think they have about 8,000, 9,000 square foot worth of goodies down there. And so if you're looking for somebody a gift or something special and like antiques, check out Scavengers. I also attended the Big Lots grand reopening and was proud that we had so many aldermen that were able to attend, as well as Mayor Noes, and I think that just speaks to this board's support of not only the existing businesses and industry here, but also to all of the businesses and how we are pro small business. So with that, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, since I'm the one that made the motion, and try to give a short explanation, Mayor, if you will, as to where and why I did that. So first of all, I ran my campaign on a premise of small government, limited government, and I have a belief system that this city board should only do that which the private sector cannot, will not, or should not do. That's the purpose of us. Now, however, we go above and beyond, and we support many local nonprofits and many tourism agencies, and we're proud to do that, and I don't think anybody on this board wants to stop doing that. However, given our recent changes in the past 6 months where we have bought a new website and done a few things, I thought it might be time to start shifting some money around. The Chamber of Commerce is the single largest, we give the single largest contribution to all of the nonprofits to the Chamber. You guys receive 12% of our hotel motel tax funds, whereas somebody like South Jackson Civic Center, who they're even remodeling and doing things to a building that the city owns, we're only giving them 6%. Same thing with the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center, even though we don't own that building. So what I was thinking is we might could, try to even it out a little bit. The translation of that is only about $2,000 per each percentage. So it's not it's not like we're cutting your budget in half or anything. And also my motion did not pass. So, I think you're kind of safe. But the other thing is it's speculation as to exactly what that dollar amount is year by year. So our hope is Tullahoma will continue to grow over the next year, and we will again encourage all of our tourism associations to continue to grow and bring in more revenue to the city, and more people come and stay, and that's why we're giving more money to the Sports Council, and we're trying to revamp that. And so if we can draw more people into Tullahoma, that hotel motel tax, that amount will go up. And so my hope was, even if we decreased your percentage, your dollars would actually end up being the same. So I don't want you to think that I was trying to attack the chamber and say that you do any less for the city of Tullahoma, because I do agree that you do a ton for the city, and we want to continue to support you. And so I hope that gives you a little understanding of where I was coming from on that. Let's see. Unfortunately, I missed the Tourism Council meeting last Thursday, and I guess I may owe an explanation to that. I have been working at a fireworks tent. I won't even say which one, but y'all, fireworks is busy business. And so I hope everybody has a great 4th of July and go out and, support those little pop-up tents all over town and buy you some fireworks. And I've had one complaint over the past couple of weeks that's come from a couple of different people over our sign ordinances. Just in general, that we don't have any regulations on murals, but we seem to have a ton of regulations on commercial signs, and this individual was questioning the constitutionality of the restriction on commercial speech. So just as we're thinking forward, that may be something that we want to look at as a board. And Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Alderman Berry.
I had a couple things, but I'll narrow it down to two. One, I received a couple emails over our mics. One, it's awesome that you guys can hear us at home now. And this latest one was just one of several. We don't have the ability to mute these. And because I have received a couple of these emails, it's obviously an issue for some. I'm not sneezing or coughing into the microphone. I've got Tourette syndrome. And so it's not something that I can help. If I could mute it, I would. And I realize that it may be an inconvenience for those watching or at home or online, but I promise that it's a bigger inconvenience for me. Separately, I am extremely encouraged by all you who came out tonight. I think that's exactly what you should do, and I think that that shows leadership from your executive director. Quickly, I think that because of some of the emails I've received, I think that there's kind of a misunderstanding, and I actually see it slightly differently, although we did second that. My thing is it's just a reallocation of where money comes from. When dollars come from one fund, a certain expectation's set. When it comes to general fund, that expectation is for you to be a good chamber and do what chambers are good at, or whatever agreement we come to. When it comes from tourism dollars, there's a certain expectation that that money is going to go towards tourism. And it just kind of moves the conversation where the dollars come from on what expectations there are. To me, it's often the case that chambers are tasked with tourism on top of everything else. And I don't think that that's optimal for anyone. To be a good chamber, you need to be locked and loyal to your members. And you can't do that when you have other expectations. When you've got an alderman up here saying, you got money from tourism dollars, so I want to see where that money is going and how it's impacting tourism positively. So kind of from my standpoint, all I'm saying is I don't think that we should be setting an expectation and holding the chamber accountable for doing tourism. And that happens when we take that money from tourism, from money that's specifically there for tourism. I would like to completely remove that from the conversation. And it's not a matter of cutting dollars, it's where dollars are coming from. And something I'll propose next year is just a shift of dollar for dollar where that money comes from, in agreement with the city. These are our expectations, these are your expectations. And then there's no question of, hey, why aren't you doing this for tourism? Hey, why aren't you doing that? And it eliminates conversations like this up here. So you can't stress enough the good that the chamber does, and I fully support you. And I get to work with chambers all over southern Middle Tennessee every day. And our chamber is strong. You grow year after year, and I think that you do an incredible job. And I don't think that should get lost in any of the conversations. Thank you to those who did reach out. And if you have other questions, call me. But I'd like to see a different partnership and some working together moving forward. Mr. Mayor, that's all.
Thank you, Alderman Berry.
Clicking.
I know you did attend the 70th anniversary at AEDC last Saturday, and trust you had a good experience there. Alderman McGee.
Okay, I'll try to make this short. I did visit the farmers exhibit at the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center. If you have not been there to see that, it is awesome, very interesting. I also met with Parks and Recreations and Sue regarding future events that I will be partnering with the city. Two of those events will be next year's Trunk or Treat and then the Easter egg hunt, so a lot of good things to come. Future dates about those two events. I also had the privilege of being the keynote speaker at the Juneteenth in Winchester. As Alderman Blackwell stated, I did attend the Diversity and Inclusion Council, the vaccination discussion that was held at CD Stamps. That was very interesting. I learned quite a bit, although I work in healthcare. I did learn quite a bit, and there were a lot of good questions. So if you did not get a chance to attend, as she said, it is out there on Facebook for you to go see. I also went bowling yesterday at Tullahoma Lanes for breast cancer awareness. I am a 10-year survivor, so that is something that is near and dear to my heart. I did go to the chamber meeting at Parkview Retirement Home, the retirement center, and it is gorgeous. And I heard the move-in age is 55, so I have 2 more years. And I'm going to consider that. There will be no TAEDC meeting in July, and I did attend the Tullahoma Housing Authority meeting. Also attended Big Lots ribbon cutting. And I met with the owner of a new bookstore here in Tullahoma called Fully Armored Christian Bookstore. It is located on the corner of Cook Street and Jackson Street, and she will be opening on July the 6th, and her name is Katrina Buffkin. And also, I did meet with Hope at the Chamber of Commerce, and I did share with her that why I voted the way that I voted, and I wanted to give, some comments tonight. I've received several emails. And my thought process was, with the other two organizations, I was thinking they were more affected due to COVID because the Civic Center had to stop having plays. The Tullahoma Fine Arts Center could not have any exhibits. And so I thought that the TACC it was not affected as bad because they were continuing to receive the membership fees. I do think that the TACC is an awesome organization and one of the most solid organizations in our city. And I just, wanted them to know that the way I voted is no way slights the work that Tisha, Hope, and the board at the chamber. In no way does it slight the work that you do. You all do an awesome job, and I just want to thank you for the work that you've done and the work that you will continue to do. And I think that's it for me.
Mayor Pro Tem Blanks.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be short, as always. I had a Duck River meeting. We had sort of a banquet going away because Dwayne Thorpe has retired. He's been a civic leader in many organizations. I think he served TUA, TUB as it was. Dwayne, hats off. Enjoy your retirement from Duck River Board. Also, Jesse Potter was coming off the board, so we had a couple of people that we sort of celebrated. We're all busy. This is a busy time of year. It's hot. Pray for a little bit of rain. So we can fill up those rain barrels.
Yeah. Need it.
And shop Tullahoma. And I support the chamber. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank
you. Regarding the letter that Ms. Fresh read from Beverly Lee, that all of you got in your packet, I received more than a half dozen similar letters in support of not cutting funding for the chamber. So I just wanted to pass that along. I didn't submit those to you, but it was noted. Yes, I had an opportunity to attend AEDC's 70th anniversary, and that was quite an event, and I appreciate the aldermen that were there. For those of you who were not there, it was an opportunity to really tour the major industry in our community. Yes, I attended the Planning Commission meeting, and yes, I attended other meetings as well, but it's been a long 2 weeks. We have a vacancy on one of our boards that we need to do something about. If we can get some members interested in our tree board, we need to fill a vacant spot there. So if there's anyone that would care to become engaged in a very worthwhile activity in Tullahoma, send in your alderman, your citizens participation form to serve on that board. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to our city attorney, Mr. Orson.
I'll be brief too. And I'm a member of the tree board, and please come and help us. We need to do all we can to plant more trees. They're very beneficial things. They save on utility bills. They provide shelter for us. They provide shade for us, and they emit oxygen that we all need and breathe. We're working on two things that are rather important right now. One of them is in conjunction with the work at the Avoca Riley Creek Road intersection. There is the sidewalk easement at the intersection of Kings Lane and Avoca Road. We're beginning on the acquisition of easements for those sidewalks. We're asking for donations of property owners for easements along that way to enhance the safety of children traveling to Auburn School and East Middle School there. We're working on the possible acquisition of some property on South Jefferson Street that will enhance the, not only the aesthetics, but also the viability of the Jefferson Street Park down there. That's in the preliminary stages, but we hope that it'll move forward quickly. Also, we're working with TUA in the granting of easements for the expansion of sewers in the Tullahoma High School area. Those are the things that we're working on now. And of course, we're always working on the delinquent property tax sale. Moving forward with that. Do y'all have any questions about anything? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Attorney Worthing. Our City Administrator Interim Sue Wilson.
Mayor. First, I'd like to thank Chief Jeffrey for being a part of my work family for over 19 years. As you can see from everybody who's here before, it's a pretty broad family, and he's brought a lot to that in terms of his passion and his management skills, and been a joy to work with most of the time. He will definitely be missed. Also, then, I just wanted to mention the third reading on the budget. The ordinance you have today in front of you requires one motion, first to bring it to the board, to bring it to the table, and in a second. And then after that, it will need to be amended because you've got school budgets in here this time for this reading. So it will need a motion to amend to accept it as presented with the school budgets included. And then any other amendments if the board so chooses, and then to vote to approve it. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. With that, we'll move on into the consent agenda. I'll read the captions, but first let me read the note that's required that all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen requests. In each case, they'll be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. During that portion of the meeting reserved for comments from citizens is shown on the agenda. Citizens may request the item be removed by the board and considered separately so that discussion can be held on that item. So with that, I'll read the captions. Item number 2187, the minutes of the June 14th regular meeting. Item 2188. We'll set a public hearing for July the 26th on a request to rezone 206 Northwest Hogan Street from a low-density residential district R1 to a neighborhood commercial district C2. Item 89, we'll set a public hearing for July the 26th on a request to rezone 704 Forest Drive from low-density residential district R1 to high-density residential R3. Item 2190, we'll set a public hearing for July the 26th on a request to rezone 3574 New Manchester Highway from general commercial district C2 to low-density residential R1. Item 2191, set a public hearing for July the 26th on a request for a text amendment self-storage warehouse use. And item number 2192, set a public hearing for July 26th on a request for a text amendment on assignment of staff duties. Item number 2193, request to approve the Wanna Beatles performance agreement for a concert to be held at Fraser McEwen on September 17th, 2021. The concerts will be part of the Rock Creek Concert Series. Item 2194, request to approve the Myers Concert Productions Agreement for the Tullahoma Independence Day celebration. The concert will be held in Grider Stadium on July the 3rd, 2021. Item 2195, request to approve the Civic HR agreement for website services with the Human Resources Department. So I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Moved to approve by Blackwell and seconded by Berry. Green to approve, Nick, red for no. Consent agenda passes 7-0. Thank you. We'll move into the old business now. First off is ordinance number 5556. This will be passage on a third reading. An ordinance of the city of Tullahoma, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July the 1st, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2022. I'll remind you, we'll need to get a motion on the floor to approve the budget that was presented on second reading and approved on second reading. Then we can have an amendment to add the school budget that's in the packet for this evening. I hear a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Blanks, seconded by Blackwell.
Motion to amend the budget.
Okay, we have a motion to amend that budget.
Second.
And a motion to second to amend that budget. That being to the amendment to include the school budget that's presented in your packet this evening. Any discussion on that amendment? All vote green or red is your choice. Our budget passes on the third reading, 7-0.
The
The amendment passed. We go back now as amended for the original motion. Ready to vote? Cast your vote? Yep. Our budget is approved. Now we have some ordinances to amend zoning. We'll go through those quickly. Item 1557, an ordinance to amend the zoning map of Tullahoma, Tennessee, is set forth in Tullahoma Municipal Code, which is ordinance number 1392, to rezone approximately 1.24 acre parcel located at 109 and 115 North Vine Street from R1 Low Density Residential District to C2 General Commercial for passage on the second and final reading. I hear a motion.
Move to approve.
Moved by Blackwell, seconded by Berry. Discussion. Cast your vote. Ordinance 1557 is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 1558, an ordinance to amend the zoning map of Tullahoma, Tennessee, is set forth in the Tullahoma Municipal Code, which is ordinance number 1392, to rezone an approximately .2 acre parcel located 609 Cornish Street from R2 medium density residential to C2 general commercial district. Hear a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Daniel
Second.
Berry, seconded by Alderman Blackwell. All in favor? Vote green, second vote no. That ordinance passes 7-0. Ordinance number 1559, an ordinance to amend the zoning map of the city of Tullahoma, is set forth in Tullahoma Municipal Code, which is ordinance number 1392, to rezone approximately 7.5 acres, parcel located at 407 North College Street, from R2 medium density residential to R3 high density residential for passage on second final reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Berry, seconded by Blackwell. Cast your vote. The rezoning ordinance passes 7-0. Is there any old business? Being no other old business, we move to new business. There being no new business, we'll adjourn. We'll go immediately into the beer board. Call to order for the beer board. Any public comments from the beer board? No public comments. There's no other old business. No new business. With that, we'll be adjourned.
We got to vote on the
Consent agenda. We'll vote on the consent agenda. There's a ball game starting at 6 o'clock. Vanderbilt's playing. We will vote on the consent agenda. I hear a motion.
Move to approve.
I got a motion. I got a second.
Blackwell, who seconded?
Second me.
Barry, Blacks.
Oh, I gotta vote.
Now we can vote.
And now 7-0.
7-0, the consent agenda is
Pass.
approved. Thank you for your cooperation.
6-18.
This is the fastest board meeting we've had since I got on the board.